History books love a clean ending. They tell you that in the year 476 AD, a Germanic chieftain named Odoacer walked into Rome, kicked out a teenager named Romulus Augustulus, and just like that, the Roman Empire was dead. But here's the problem. If you woke up in Italy in 477 AD, your life wouldn't have changed. You still used Roman coins. You still relied on Roman law to settle your debts. You still spoke Latin. So what really happened? The truth is this: Rome didn't collapse. Rome liquidated. It moved out of the palace and into the very DNA of our civilization. Today, we're exploring Rome beyond the city. 5 pillars that prove Rome is still the operating system the modern world runs on. Pillar 1, the ghost state. The philosopher Thomas Hobbes once called the papacy the ghost of the deceased Roman Empire, sitting crowned upon the grave thereof. And he wasn't wrong. When political power in the West evaporated, the church was the only organization left that knew how to govern. They didn't invent a new system. They copied the Roman one. Look at the map. The Roman Empire was divided into administrative districts called dioceses. Today, the Catholic Church still uses that exact Roman word. While barbarian kings spoke dozens of different dialects, the Church preserved Latin as the universal language of administration. Even the titles survive. Julius Caesar was the Pontifex Maximus, the high priest. Today, that title belongs to the Pope. Rome didn't die, it just traded its purple robes for priestly ones. Pillar 2, the law. Before Rome, law often meant one thing: whatever the king decided that day. Rome changed that. The Romans pioneered civil law, written, logical rules that applied to everyone. The greatest example is the Corpus Juris Civilis, also known as Justinian's Code. In the 500s, while Western Europe fractured, the Roman Empire continued in the east as the Byzantine Empire. From Constantinople, Emperor Justinian condensed over 1,000 years of Roman legal reasoning into a single system. Fast forward to the 1800s. When Napoleon Bonaparte wanted to modernize Europe, he didn't start from scratch. He turned to Roman law. That's why today, if you live in France, Germany, or Italy, you live under a civil law system rooted in Rome. And when lawyers use words like subpoena or affidavit, they're speaking the literal language of the Roman Forum. Pillar 3, language. People love to say Latin is a dead language. That's a myth. Latin didn't die. It grew up and moved out. Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, and Romanian are not separate inventions. They are simply modern forms of Latin. And even English, a Germanic language, is soaked in Roman influence. We use Germanic words for simple things like house. But when things get complex, we switch to Latin. Even science relies on Latin as its universal filing system. Every plant and animal on Earth is classified using the language Rome left behind. Latin isn't dead, it's everywhere. Pillar 4, infrastructure. We are literally living on top of the Roman blueprint. Roman engineering was so advanced that for hundreds of years after the so-called fall, no one in Europe could build anything better. Take the roads. Many of Europe's modern highways still follow routes surveyed by Roman engineers 2,000 years ago because they found the most efficient paths through the land. Now look at the water. The Romans built aqueducts so durable that some are still in use today. In Rome, the Aqua Vergine, completed in 19 BC, still supplies water to the Trevi Fountain. And every time you see a dome, an arch, or a concrete stadium, you're looking at Roman technology. They mastered concrete and structural design so completely that we're still amazed how such structures are still standing. Pillar 5, the brand.
For the last 1,500 years, if you wanted to be a great ruler, you had to pretend you were Roman. The German word Kaiser and the Russian word Tsar are both derived from one name, Caesar. But it goes deeper than titles. The United States has a Senate. The Capitol has Roman columns. Our governments dress themselves in Roman imagery. Why? Because Rome represents the ultimate symbol of order, power, ambition, and legacy. We're surrounded by its ruins. We live by its rules, and we recognize ourselves in its rise and its mistakes. So did Rome really fall? Only if you think an empire is just a man in a crown. But if an empire is a way of speaking, a way of building, and a way of organizing human society, then Rome never died. It became the foundation history was built on. We don't live in a post-Roman world. We live in Rome 2.0. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the immortal empire, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next chapter of history.